Hi, my name's Sabrina, and I am the L&D Specialist at Culture Works. I joined them in March 2021, and I've really enjoyed my time with them. But prior to that, I was working as an HR business partner for several organizations and industries. So an L&D specialist is someone who specializes in learning and development of employees. As a specialist, I run the whole gambit depending on what the client needs. So it could be anywhere from creating the decks and the material and the content to actually also facilitating and delivering the training and working out assessments and programs, developing the programs as well. It's just whatever the client needs, I do. Learning and development is not just lunch and learns, and thank goodness for that, because it is very easy to get those glazed over eyes when it is a lunch and learn, or people are more preoccupied with doing the lunching rather than the learning. So I do try to avoid those if I can. But I really get so passionate about learning and development. One, because I love knowledge. I feel like knowledge is power, and when you have knowledge, it opens up so many doors, right? You get to improve your skills. Those skills help you to be a better performer. It helps you to stay engaged as an employee. Maybe it helps you to be motivated to do more for the company, do more in your role, and it just has so many amazing ripple effects when you're able to really incorporate the learning into the development of employees. I love it. I have the opportunity to work with a variety of different levels of employees. So it's anywhere from frontline supervisors that are just stepping into people management, all the way up to executive leaders, C-suites, business owners, and everything in between, doing coaching, team building events. It's every day is different, every client has different needs, and so it really keeps the variety special for me and helps me to stay innovative, which I love. Yeah, I think even to say that a frontline supervisor can't influence change would almost be a misconception, right? Because ultimately, those employees, your employees, they drive company success. And every role, it doesn't matter whether you are the bottom of the barrel to the very top, they all have an impact. Every role serves a purpose. That's why the position's there. So making opportunities to develop at every level is really critical, again, for retaining talent, for attracting talent, keeping that engagement. So yeah, every position has an opportunity to have impact. Because Culture Works is geared at supporting mid to small-sized businesses, it is every amount of industry. It is every level of industry, every type of business, every size of business. I have manufacturing companies. I have worked with marketing firms, and I feel like I should list them all, but I can't. It's too many. Engineering companies, labs, bioscience. It's really a lot. And again, that also is very exciting for me, because then I have the opportunity to learn a new industry, and I really, again, have that passion for learning. And so not only do I get to learn best practices, but then learn new companies and learn what makes them tick. That's a totally different question, because yes, you can have high performers, but even a high performer wants to feel valued, and that's part of what learning and development does. But I think if we're just talking about learning and development in general, the best return on investment any business owner can make is going to be on their employees, because the employees are the ones that drive success. And so by making sure that you're having an L&D program, it helps to capture that success by transforming the employees into better performers. Even a high performer can always be better. There's always skills that you can improve on regardless of what level you're at. So it really helps to create engagement. It helps to attract and retain talent. It helps engagement. It helps motivation. It helps to keep them productive, which in turn helps companies to be more profitable. It is hands down the most important feature to any successful business. I think that it is common for companies to try to implement a learning and development program, but I think the reason why perhaps they're not successful or they haven't seen success is one of two reasons. Either it's not done in a way that can be easily adopted and also follow through. It's very easy to sit for an hour and pretend to be engaged in the topic, even if the content is simplified and easy to adopt. But it's quite another to actually put it into practice, and that's where the learning sticks. So I think having programs where it is going beyond just the hour spent going over the material is critical. I think also another factor that helps to create success in a learning and development program is when the skills or the topics are transferable to both the personal life and the work life. Because if I'm learning something valuable that I can use at work, that's great. But if it's also something I can take outside of work, that's even better. And so I think that's why the programs that we offer at Culture Works, they do just that, and that really is exciting. Yeah, I think what's really key to Culture Works in their success in creating a program that is going to work for a client is the philosophy that we take, right? It's all about humanizing, customizing, and simplifying. And so we're really trying to meet the client where they're at currently and then build a learning and development program that factors in that approach, right? How do we keep the human element in the learning? How do we customize the development program so it meets employees at the skill set that they're at and it's not too high or too low below where they're at? And then how do we simplify that content, right? So again, we wanted to make sure that it's adoptable, that it's easy to implement, and it's relevant to what they're actually doing on a day-to-day basis. And so really it's about customizing that approach for every client and then meeting them again where they want or need from us. So is that going to be virtual? Is it going to be on site? Do they need us to facilitate? Do they just need the content? And so really just digging deep and becoming a partner in that program with them and making it work.